Okay, here we go again. So out the front of the house, where all the new drainage was put in, we've laid this slab today. That's just gone in. Don't worry too much about that, it's only thin and that will just break off and look fine in the end. And I'm going to put gravel down the back, and that's somewhere for the wheelie bins to go. And then inside we have now fully plasterboarded, apart from the reveals. Still got to do the reveals, but and a little bit there, I forgot about that bit. Fully plasterboarded and finished all of the first fix electrical. There's this acoustic insulation inside the wall there between the bathroom and the bedroom. And in here we've got the shower room. We've got a pocket door, which I've left covered for now and hasn't been finished yet. There's still trims to go around the outsides and all this to made to look pretty. And of course there's something blocking it, so I've shut myself out of there. Can I try and do it? Can I? What's stopping it? What is stopping it? Interesting. There we go. Oh, something down the bottom there. I put a spacer at the bottom there just to bring it off to finished floor level, because there's still flooring to go down. So I imagine that got stuck here. At the top of these, you get these casters, and you just have to adjust these nuts to bring them up off the ground. So I imagine it just needs to be raised up a little bit. So, and then in here, shower pan is now down and fully plumbed in. It's got like a protective skirt that I stuck around it to stop water from ever getting down the back, even if it does get through the tiles and the aqua panel. This is all in on like a chipboard first, OSB first, and then the aqua panel over the top. Moisture resistant plaster here. This all still needs to be tanked and filled in properly, which will be next week's job. I've also got an inline extractor fan up there with like a vent with built-in light to go in the middle of the shower unit. And then on this wall, this is where the toilet and unit will be, and a electric mirror, demister mirror with a shaver point built into it as well. So this week me and my dad have been down looking at all of the various bits and bobs to get this bathroom fully kitted out. Toilet units, tiles, all that sort of thing. This is the electrics for the towel rail, which will be on the wall. That's the extractor inline isolator. And then the towel rail will have a supply from here, fuse supply here, and with a light on it to let you know that it's on, and the bathroom lights are there as well. And bedroom light and hallway lights on a three-way, so we've got one switch over there and one switch down there and another way from here. So this is the kitchen area. And today I had the plumbers come round and just get me fed through from the house. So they've been up, and I let someone else go up in the crawl space because I don't fancy it at all. Let a professional come in, get the hot and cold feeds from the main house, bring them through down this stud wall, and then this stud wall I can come through this side for the kitchen, and it'll be behind all the kitchen cabinets, and then it can go through the other way and it'll be in the cabinets for the bathroom. So there we go, that's our hot and cold water supply. Here's the big old shower cable. That's a 10mm feed for a 10 kilowatt shower, I think it is, so it has to be a big boy cable for that. And the hob as well has to have a big boy cable, fairly big boy cable, not quite as big. And yeah, all the wire in there. So that's the only spur. The only spur comes off that ring main for the cooker hood. So that's that there. This is where all the kitchen will be. I kind of put roughly what a counter height will be there just to give us a reference. And then what I'm going to do is now build a stud wall, a half height stud wall that will form the back of the kitchen counters. And the ring main can be continued through there to put a couple of sockets in for the kitchen, because there'll be a worktop, imaginary worktop right now, and worktop here with a couple of sockets, and that's plenty of space, and a fridge underneath. So we've been down to a Wix and had a kitchen priced up, and we were happy with the price, so we're probably going to go ahead with a Wix kitchen. The bathroom is probably going to be Victoria Plum. Not Victorian Plumbing, Victoria Plum. They seem to be the best so far for price, and I've had them before, so the quality's pretty decent. And I know their customer service is good as well, so if anything's broken, you just tell them and send a picture, and they just send you a new one without any questions. So that's where we are here. So still fully plastered all the way through. The wind, it's always windy here, isn't it? and because there's no vent covers, that is howling through those holes. So now we get to the bad bit. So there was some brickwork down out here. The wall was half up. We started over, you know, when we built that corner, there wasn't really anything here at all, and we started over there and then sort of brought it in from the other side as well. And what we found out is this here, the old brickwork here, is an old extension. It's not the original house, it's an extension, and it is actually 40mm higher on damp course than the actual extension. So this wall was looking messy. I wasn't happy with it and how it was looking, so my dad's come in, who's a very experienced builder, retired, and has said to my current builder, you know, this is what needs to happen to fix this situation. The wall had to come down. So unfortunately he's had to, you know, bite the bullet and get it done. What we've done is we've made up most of the height down in this corner, down low where you're less likely to ever see it. So we're pretty much back on gauge from this point onwards. He's managed to get it back on gauge now. So when he rebuilds that wall, it'll all be perfect this time. There wasn't a squabble on about money yet, but we'll see how we go on about that, because obviously I'm not going to pay for the same thing twice. We got the gate posts in for the side gate and had this slab laid. Should be set now, hopefully, a couple of days ago. And then we just concreted in this post as well, so this one will be secured off. And once that gate is up, it means we can let the dogs out, so I can finally get rid of all of this monstrosity. It's been keeping the dogs out, although, well, I'll need to keep it still for a bit of control, you know, with builders being here, there and everywhere. But once we've got this wall up, I'll come in here because it's less windy. Once we get that wall up, we'll start doing all the internal work in the utility room. There's a supporting wall that needs to go up in there before we can get to, you know, get the rafters in for next door and get it all put through there. So here's all the doors and windows ready. And of course, one was broken. They've been sat in a garage for, I don't know, 6-7 months. And one piece of glass at some point got boshed, so that's going to have to be replaced. There's the old gate for outside. So yeah, I mean, all first fix electrics done, all plasterboard and done. We now have hot and cold water in here, ready for me to plumb in all that. So I'm really happy. That's been a good 2 weeks, really good 2 weeks. And we spent a lot of time going down to the shops, going through the catalogues, going through the samples, choosing tiles, choosing kitchens, choosing paint, choosing all that sort of thing, ready to go. The next big step will be, I'm probably not going to do all the tidying up of the plaster yet, doing all the taping and jointing. I might wait a little while on taping and jointing. I think I'm going to focus in this shower room and get the shower room actually finished, everything but the floor down. And then we found a really hard wearing vinyl floor with a wood effect, and it's not like a soft cushioned one that dents and breaks when things get dropped on it. It's a proper really hard wearing one. I'm going to have that put through the entire place, like, you know, as best we can, one sheet sort of situation. As fewer joins as possible, as fewer thresholds as possible. There's a few little bits that need to be tidied up on the surface before we can do that, but yeah, and I need to fill in that manhole still. And then in here there will be a large, instead of having the full thing carpeted, it will be like a edged carpet, so basically a big rug, a really big rug, that will cover that manhole and like define his lounge area. And then we'll have another carpet or rug put in that will define his bedroom area, and rather than actually having a fitted carpet down on strips and everything, that'll just sit on top of the vinyl, which gives us, you know, future proof, and we've got to think about moving forward and all that sort of thing. So yeah, this is where we are, and I'm really happy. See you next time.